Hello, computer scientists. Let's talk about formatting spreadsheets. As a computer scientist, I'm assuming that you already know how to create good and accurate spreadsheet formulas. A spreadsheet is a tool for mathematical modeling, and it's an important tool, especially if you're trying to do what we call a what if game. But there's more to creating a great spreadsheet than just having accurate formulas. Let's point out some things. Let's talk about not only truth, but beauty and goodness in the context of creating spreadsheet formulas. Let me share my screen with you so you can see what I'm doing. As you can see, I have a Excel spreadsheet here running on my Mac. By the way, I wanted to keep this up. You can see Office Update. Keep up to date. Yeah, you should double check to make sure that your software is up to date. Uh, you know why that is important. Here's the spreadsheet. I'm here to tell you that this spreadsheet is accurate. Here's my question. Do you understand it? Can you tell me what it is attempting to convey? Useful information needs two characteristics. Number one, it has to be accurate. And number two, it has to be formatted. It has to be understandable. It has to be meaningful to the person who will receive this information. RE percent, what is all this stuff? I don't know. Okay. By the way, if we take a look at this, if you take a look, you can see there are some formulas there, and you know how formulas are done, but that isn't very helpful, is it? And most users wouldn't be able to figure out what the formulas were anyway. Let's take this same data, the same accurate spreadsheet model, but format it. Aha, this is for my friend Zeke. He's Zeb's friend, and his lumber mill and his lumber business. So you can see I've divided the spreadsheet into three identifiable areas. Different professional spreadsheet creators identify them differently, but with any good spreadsheet, you will have three identifiable areas. You'll have the input area. Oftentimes, folks in the profession call this the assumptions area. You'll have the output area, sometimes called the conclusion area, and then there's the body of the spreadsheet. Now, here's the general guideline. Here's the heuristic. Here's the rule of thumb. No data in the body of a spreadsheet. Formulas only. If you have data in the body of a spreadsheet, then your spreadsheet is not general purpose and you can't play the what if game. Now by adding these labels, and you recall that in a spreadsheet, a label begins with a single quote mark. Numbers, you just type in, no commas, no dollar sign, no formatting on input. Formatting is handled on output, as I'll show you. And then formulas by pressing the equal sign first of all. So revenue, expenses, tax rate, this makes sense. What are we trying to determine? We're trying to figure out the financial health of this business. In other words, what's the net income for Zeke's lumber mill? Well, in order to compute net income, and of course, this is the interesting part because you would have to know how to solve the problem. The spreadsheet just allows you to create the mathematical model. You have to know the formulas. You have to know the functions. You have to know the algorithms to create a proper spreadsheet. So, pre-tax income, well, that has to be revenue in cell B6 minus expenses in cell B7. What would be my taxes owed? Well, that would be my pre-tax income in B12. You have to be able to type correctly. Times the corporate tax rate, that's in B8. Aha. Now that I have that intermediate result, I can go to my output area and do the final formula. Net income, pre-tax income, cell B12, minus the taxes owed in B13. And there we go. Now, before we look at the mathematical model a little bit, you're saying, hey, that's pretty nice. It says dollars and cents, and that says a percent sign. Realize that was formatted after the fact. When you're in the Home tab here, you can see that you have some formatting options. Many things like this cell, B6, are formatted as currency. Other cells formatted as percentage. Notice the options that you have here. By the way, don't ever use general. There's no information. It's just a number in any kind of form. So if it's currency, pick that. If you mean a percentage or something else, or you can set numbers and the amount of significant digits, do that. Here's the moral of the story. Useful information has to be both accurate, that's truth, and formatted. That's the beauty and goodness and also the community aspect of it too. Behind me is Mount McKinley or Denali. My wife and I were so blessed to be able to go to Alaska a few years ago, and many folks who travel to Alaska don't get to see the top of Mount McKinley or Denali because it's 20,000 feet up and oftentimes shrouded in clouds. I was so thankful we're actually be able to see the mountain. But think of the majesty of this. If it was shrouded in clouds, we'd know it's there, but how good is that? Well, a spreadsheet that's just a bunch of raw facts and figures, it's shrouded in clouds. Make it beautiful, make it true, make it good. All right, computer scientists, you know what to do now? It's time to hit the books and do some more of CSCA 10, Vocation and Ethical Computing. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Take care.